Okay, welcome to week number 6. We are nearing the end of the journey, only a couple weeks left of Millionaire School. And this is one of the most important weeks because what I'm going to go through is I'm going to go through a lot of the mechanics of getting a new member started, but I'm also going to go through kind of the psychology of getting a new member started. But before I go into all of that, what I really want to cover with you is the numbers. And what I believe is that it is a big numbers game. You've got to know that you have to go through enough numbers in order to make it work. Now, all of the stuff that I've given you throughout Millionaire School and the end of Millionaire School are things that are going to improve your numbers. But one of the things that's true, no matter how good you are, no matter how much you follow this, you have to follow the numbers. And so you got to obviously know the numbers, and knowing the numbers is one of the reasons why I feel totally confident. It's why I know that you could drop me in any city in the world where my network marketing company can do business, take away all my contacts, take away everything, and give me nothing but this knowledge. And I know that within a year, I'm earning a 6-figure income. And part of the reason why I know that is I can take all the skills that I've got, and if I go through the numbers, if I do enough numbers, like I'm about to give you, then it's just going to work out. And so keep in your mind that it is a numbers game. No matter how good you get, bottom line is you got to go take the action. And so how are the numbers? One of the biggest mistakes that people make is they enroll a handful of people in their business, maybe 4, 5, 6 people, something like that. And they expect those 4, 5, 6 people to take them all the way to the top of the compensation plan. And unfortunately, that's just not possible based on my experience and based on 20 years of knowing, a lot of top income earners in network marketing. I've never met anyone who's enrolled a small number of people and has become a millionaire through doing that. You've got to go through a lot of numbers. And so my numbers have gotten a lot better over the years because my skill has improved. Whereas I used to, here's what kind of happened. My journey in network marketing, it took me a long time just to figure out how to enroll people because I was a lousy communicator. I was afraid of people. I wouldn't make the calls and so on and so forth. And so I was a really lousy recruiter. My first 2 years in network marketing, I sponsored 3 people, 2 of which I paid for to get in, 1 of which I never even told her she was in. I enrolled my mom and I never even told her I enrolled her. So that's how bad of a recruiter I was. The one person that I did enroll was a waiter friend of mine. He had been drinking before the presentation. He signed up. I never heard from him again. So at the end of 2 years, I had 1 person in my group, and it was me. Now, what ended up happening is I really worked on my communication skills. I worked on, being more charismatic. I worked on, having some energy and being able to close and all that. And I got to the point where I could actually enroll people. And I actually got really good at enrolling people, but I wasn't good at getting new people started. I wasn't good at the duplication process. And so, and the breakthrough for me really happened when it was the combination of being able to be a great closer, to be a great recruiter, but also be able to facilitate the duplication in my team. And here's what over the last 15 plus years that I've been a 6-figure earner in network marketing, it's funny, I expect my numbers to get better. I expect my ratios to get better. Now, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, following the duplication process and getting a new member started, here are how the numbers work out for me. And it's how they work out for virtually everyone. Now, my numbers may be a little bit better than this, but by and large, this is what I have typically seen. Out of every 10 people that you enroll, you're not going to get 10 people who go out and duplicate. You're going to get a handful, maybe 3, 4, or 5 who disappear. So if we're doing an average, out of every 10 you enroll, you get about 4 who disappear. They go away. It's like you enroll them, they're excited, and then you never hear from them again. They don't take your calls. And you can spend years and years and years trying to figure out why they don't do anything, but it's just people are people. It's the nature. Someone may have stolen their dream. Someone may have told them, oh my gosh, I can't believe you got in one of those deals, and someone stole their dream. Maybe it was their wife or their husband or boyfriend or girlfriend or aunt or uncle. Someone basically said, no, you shouldn't be doing that. Oh my God, someone laughed at them. they got their feelings hurt, whatever, they go away. Don't try and, figure out that too much. Jim Rohn, there's a great CD you should listen to. It's called Building Your Network Marketing Business. And he recorded many, many years ago. And what he talks about is sometimes when you...
At the end of this training, you can request for this video, Jim Rohn, Building Your Network Marketing Business. I have it, okay? You can request for it. I will look for a way to compress it and send to us, or I give you the link online where I downloaded it. Okay. Anytime I tell us to request for a video, only those that request for it that I send it to, meaning that I won't send it to everybody. So if you don't request for it, I won't send it to you. It's a video, a training by Jim Rohn, Building Your Network Marketing Business. Request for it after now, at the end of the meeting, and I will send it to you.
Plant seeds, it's a farming analogy. If you plant seeds, sometimes the seeds land on seeds. It's a farming marketing business. Figure out that too much. Jim Rohn, there's a great CD you should listen to. It's called Building Your Network Marketing Business. And he recorded many, many years ago. And what he talks about is sometimes when you plant seeds, it's a farming analogy. If you plant seeds, sometimes the seeds land on rocky ground. So sometimes you plant seeds, they land on rocky ground. Now, sometimes the seed actually grows and it bears fruit. Now, other times you plant the seed and it's like, man, I know it's in fertile ground, but the birds get them. And so you could just say, when people don't call you back, the birds got them. So that's something that I keep in mind when I enroll someone and I never hear from them again. They don't return calls. I just think, you know what? The birds got them. That's it. So that is what I would call the chickens. And there's two types of people. There's chickens and there's eagles. And what our job is as professional networkers is to sort through the chickens to find the eagles. Now, there's two sorting processes. The first sorting process is in the recruiting phase. So you sort through the people who are chickens. They're not willing to join the business. They, are not willing to get out of their comfort zone, even enough to enroll. And so you have to sort through those in order to find the eagles to enroll, the people to enroll. And then also there's a sorting process of the people you enroll. It's the same. So you're going to have to sort through the chickens to find the eagles. Now, let's say there's 4, I said they disappear. Now there's going to be about another 4 who, what I would call, they show up. Now it might be 3, it might be 5, the numbers will vary a little bit, but those are the people who, they'll stay in contact. They might come to a training. They might enroll someone, they might not enroll someone, they're not really overly serious about it, or at least they don't stay overly serious about it for very long. And so 4 who disappear, 4 who show up. Now those are either chickens or they might be eagles in training. It might be people who, I've had examples where people have kind of hung around for 2, 3, 4 years. And then they, something changes. They grow as a person and then they start producing. So you're going to have some people like that. Now, I always look at this, it's a long-term game. And so if I've got people who I've enrolled and maybe they're not producing at a really high level, maybe they're just showing up, what I've seen a lot of people over the years do is they browbeat the person. It's like, why do you keep paying your monthly fees? Why do you keep getting the product? Why do you keep coming to trainings? You're not doing anything. Why do you show up to meetings? You never have a guest. And you can yell at your people like that. You can be hard on them like that. But chances are that's just going to make them go away. See, I love loyal product users. And so I never push people that don't want to be pushed. And there's an old saying, and it's from a famous football coach. And they asked him, they said, well, you seem to be able to always get the best out of your players. How do you do it? And it was actually Vince Lombardi. And he said, well, you got to learn you got to know who to pat on the back and who to kick in the butt. And I said, well, how do you know who to pat and who to kick? He said, well, you kick the ones who needed to be patted and you pat the ones who needed to be kicked enough to know the difference. And so there are people that you're going to need to push, but those are your more aggressive personalities. Those are the people who, give you permission to push them. I've had a lot of people who have said, hey, I want you to be hard on me. And if they say be hard on them, be hard on them, push them. That's what they need. But again, if they are a loyal product user, they're showing up, I'm going to let them. I had a guy come to me after training one time, and he said, man, I made a big mistake. I got so excited after one of the events, and I was just wanting to go all in. I had enrolled 18 people, and no one was doing anything. I went to all 18 that weren't doing anything, and I said, listen, you either need to get to work or quit. And he said, all but 2 quit. And the 2 who didn't quit, they didn't do anything. And so those are a lot of people that he could have just kept on. They could have nurtured. Might be eagles in training. So again, 4 who disappear, 4 who show up, and then that leaves 2. Now that's 2 who actually are serious. Those are 2 who build. Those are eagles. Now it might be 1, it might be 3. Personally, I've never really had it be more than 3. After 20 years doing as much right as I possibly can, have really worked on my skills, I know I'm never going to get more than about 2 or 3 out of every 10. It's just how the numbers have worked out. And if I've really spent a lot of time analyzing the other leaders in my organization. I've interviewed cross-line leaders. I've interviewed leaders from other network marketing companies, and that is just the reality. And exactly. So one of the things that I think our profession tends to do is overpromise and underdeliver. If you are ever presenting and you're showing a prospect, you enroll 2, who enroll 2, who enroll 2, who enroll 2, you know, if all you have to do is go get 2, you set up a false expectation, because if you enroll 2, chances are you get no duplication. You'd be lucky to get 1 of those 2 to actually duplicate. And so those are the eagles. Now, here's the key. You've got to decide that you're going to be an eagle, not a chicken. That's where it starts. And so that's obviously, I'm speaking to the choir. If you took the initiative to go through Millionaire School and you're at week 6 and you've been going through all of the exercises and listening to me and taking this in, chances are you are an eagle. Maybe you've been an eagle in training for a while, but now it's time to step up. Now it's time to make a decision that you're going to be an eagle. You're going to go out and you're going to go through the numbers. And here's the mistake that I made because I didn't understand these numbers. I'd enroll a handful of people. I'd have 4 or 5 people in my group, maybe 6 or something like that, that I'd enroll. And it's like, all right, let's go. I'm going to train you. Let's do this. Let's do this. And I'm always trying to motivate my people. I'm always trying to motivate the unmotivated. And it says, Jim Rohn said, it was like, I'm going to make them successful if it killed me. Well, I nearly died. So listen, it is a very frustrating effort to go and try and motivate the unmotivated. And so there's a rule in network marketing that says, if you want more milk, go get more cows. And not to relate people to cows, but you can't get more milk out of the same amount of cows. You got to go get more cows. And so what happened though with me, what I would do is I would, constantly be calling all of the people who I'd already enrolled instead of calling new people. Now, why did I do that? Number one, it was easier. It's so much easier. It's in your comfort zone to call the people you've already enrolled versus enrolling more. And it's like, well, if I keep calling them, if I stay in contact and I build this amazing relationship, this amazing friendship, then maybe they'll do something. And listen, don't take this as, you're not supposed to build relationships and not supposed to build friendships. You are, but I thought, man, if I really become friends with them, and train them over and over, then, they'll do something. I'll get them motivated. I'll keep promoting trainings. Even though they don't come, I'll keep calling them. And what happens is I kept trying to make these chickens fly. It's like I, find my new person, John, man, there's a training on Tuesday. So-and-so is going to be speaking. There's a presentation and then training afterward. It's going to be awesome. Can you be there? And he'd be like, yeah, I'll be there. And then Tuesday night comes along, and guess what? John's not there. And so I'm calling John going, hey, man, where were you? What happened? Oh, man, I was so tired after work, I couldn't make it. And it's like, oh, well, listen, I learned a lot of great information. Let's get together for lunch. I'll teach you what I know. And so I'd meet him, and I'd go through the notes with him. I'd say, listen, there's a presentation and a training on Saturday. Can you be there? Yeah, man, I'll be there. Saturday comes along, guess what? He wasn't there. Why wasn't he there? Because chickens don't fly. As much as I wanted that chicken to fly, he just wouldn't fly. And the problem was I had 4, 5, 6 people that I was doing this with. And so what happens when you constantly try and chase chickens around and make them fly, what ends up happening is you end up with chicken shit all over you. So here's the lesson. Don't worry about the chickens. Let them keep being chickens. If you want to know the best way to motivate your people, the best way to motivate your team is for you to go out and personally produce. Because when you go out and personally produce, you show your team that it's possible. You give them belief because they see you doing it. And so And that's a lot of the magic. If you want to know how to be a great motivator, learn how to be great at personal production. And that alone will motivate people. I remember a guy on my team one time who I was so busy. I enrolled 30 people in 1 month. And I'll talk about this story more later, but enrolled 30 people in 1 month. And I had a guy who I remember he came up to me, and it was a personal of mine. I had spent very little time with him. I was like, here, you're in, call me every day. I'm here for you. I want to hear from you. But I'm busy. I'm working with people who are calling me. And anyway, so I hadn't spent much time with him. And, he would come to meetings ever so often, and he stopped me and he said, I just want to let you know how much you motivate me. And at the time, I wasn't even speaking. I wasn't even a presenter. I was just inviting people to, following the system. I wasn't a speaker on stage. And I was kind of shocked, and I said, really, what makes you say that? And he said, well, just seeing how much you've been able to do personally, man, it really motivates me to go out and take action. And so that's when it really sunk in. If you want to motivate your team, you go produce.
That's an awesome training. Oh my God, this is a training for leaders. This is a training for people that want to move ahead. Wow. How many of us here are chickens? If you're a chicken here, let me see you wave your hand. If you are a chicken here, let me see you wave your hand. Mas Moron will say chickens fly only when they are threatened. Who is raising his hand here? Mr. Saleh, how can you say you're a chicken? Some people don't listen to the question. I love the way Mas Moron puts it. He says chickens fly only when they are threatened. Only when they are threatened. I've seen people that they will never get serious about their business until they lose their job. I had a couple of them, handful of them at Plateau State. You send them message for where? You will call them, they will say they are coming for where? 2 years after they lost their business, they lost maybe their job. There is one in particular that lost his lecturing job. He was given a lecturing appointment. At the end of the day, they reversed everything, and he has to come back and start doing the business because he told me he has nothing left. Only he told me he doesn't even have any money again to start a new business. And now remembered, in one day like that, he got my message and now remembered he registered into him Global. And he now wants to come back and build it. He said, please, Mr. Noso. I looked at him, I said, Oga, are you serious? He said, yes. But guess what? Chickens are chickens until they make up their mind. I gave the man an appointment to come back. The man failed the appointment. Gave him another appointment again, nowhere. It's always about the attitude. I want us to go and also listen to the training that we've done on how to becoming a leader by Miles Moron, talking about the attitude of the lion that made him to be the king of the jungle. Go listen to that training. Let me not lie to us. Let me just tell us the truth. How many of you want to hear the truth about succeeding from me this morning? There's something they call the blunt truth. How many of you want to hear that blunt truth? It's very bitter. Very, very bitter. I'm telling you. Don't be scared. If you know you are scared, don't raise your hand. Let me check. You may make sure that, please, let me see you wave your hand. Use the wave hand tool. If I have half of us here, now listen to that hard truth. Listen to that hard truth. Within yourself, within you. Kai, if I say this, some people may feel bad. Some people may feel very, very bad if I say this. If I say this, some people may feel very bad. Okay, let me start from a softer level so that that will communicate better what I want to say. Remember that in our business, there are two things involved. Number one is acquiring of information. And number two is taking action. I'm coming from a softer level. Okay? You acquire information and you are taking action on those information. That's what we call learning. Learning has to do with acquiring of information and what? Applying it. That's when you learn. You don't learn by just listening. You learn through get the information and then you apply. All right. So if you are not applying what you are learning, you are not what you are, if you're not putting into work the information you are acquiring, you are not truly learning. Proof that you are learning is that you are taking action. So that being said, many of you, you've known that. And many of you will come up and tell me, oh, Engineer, so I'm trying my best. So I'm doing all that I can do. Hi, I'm really, really doing my best, doing my best. Let me say this to you sincerely. I've raised a lot of leaders and I've seen people achieve massive success in this business. And I can literally tell you, sincerely speaking, that within the first few days or few weeks of interaction with people, all those people that have succeeded, if I just few days, few weeks interaction with them, I already know that these ones, nothing can stop them if they keep moving in the same direction. There are some of you here I've interacted with. I am praying in my heart for you because I know you will not go far. What I'm saying now, I know it's very painful. I know already you will not go far until something changes. What? See, hi, Jesus. I'm still looking for a better way to say this. Okay, let's just keep opening up because today is a very, very day. I'm trying to take caution because what I'm saying can either make somebody or break somebody. Yes. I listened to a train of Miles Moro saying, if you are poor because you wanted to be poor. Let me tell you something here. No matter how hard it may come, but you are where you are because that is where you want to be. Now, don't fight me. Why I said so is this. Let me come from an angle in our business. I was having an interaction with a woman, a lady, yesterday. Day before yesterday, I was on a Sunday. The day before yesterday. And I know she will watch this video. And she was telling me about someone that is well placed in society that wanted to. Please, I'm sharing this story so I can bring out an attitude threat that will really, bring out the information, bring out the wisdom in what I want to share with you. And this woman told me about this man that he has a group of other top men that he wants to share the business. He wants us to share the business with. And I told that woman that because is a partner, she's a leader. She wants me to be there for them online at 11 a.m. tomorrow. I know she'll be watching the video. And I told her, yeah, I'm going to be there. In as much as you want me to be there, I'm going to be there. But I want to tell you something that that will make the man business to grow and to make the meeting to be very productive. Now, I could sense that this man does not want to put himself in a position. Now, let me give you an example. You are a director and you are a director in an establishment and you have other leaders with you. There are two ways we can present our business. I'm coming. There are two ways we can present our business. And one of the ways is this. Hello, guys. See, I'm part of Realistic Dreams Initiative. Now, listen to me. I said, I am part of Realistic Dreams Initiative, an NGO, and we are doing a lot. We are actually doing a lot, impacting lives. We talk about our projects, talk about the things you are achieving, and we are achieving because the RODI success is your own success once you become part of us. When I tell you that we've actually mentored, trained over 40,000 persons, you can as well say we have actually mentored and trained over 40,000 persons. You can bring yourself and say we, it is yours. It's your story. It's your own accomplishment. Then you can come up and identify with RD and say, we are the ones. And by God's special grace, there's this newest project they are running right now. And I'm in the forefront. I'm right there. in the project. And by God's special grace, our national director has put a video together that I want you guys to watch and listen to. Now listen, watch now. If that man comes up to say that, if you come up to say that, the people you are talking to will likely believe you and buy into you. Why? Because you are their friend. They believe in you. Now you saying you are part of the project. You've seen and at the end of the day, you introduce your reader well for them to watch the video. Now that's one way you can introduce business to them. The second way you can introduce business is this. There is one organization like that. Listen, there is one NGO, Realistic Dreams Initiative NGO. They are running a project, and then you are trying to be nice. They are running a project, and I want to show you the project they are running to see if it's something that you can actually take part in. And you start playing the video. What are you doing at that time? Listen to me. You are playing safe. You don't want to identify yourself with the project. You don't want to bring yourself to be at the center of the project. You are actually hiding yourself and maybe thinking, I better go in case if anything happens tomorrow. I don't want to be called an absolute threat. Now, these two explanations I gave to us now, what do you think is the real problem? The real problem is number one, absolute belief in the business. Now, back to what I want to tell us now. All of you listening to me today, within your heart, you can actually gauge the level of engagement, the level of acceptance you have towards the business. And I will tell you, if you don't have absolute belief, you will not succeed. I will tell you how you will know that. How far can you go in getting someone to enroll into the business? How far can you put your personal integrity on the line to get someone to enroll in the business? It's a question each and every one of us will have to answer. If you are playing with this question I just asked you now, if you're playing with it and you think you will succeed, go think again. Trust me, you don't need Engineer Nonso to close for you. I hope you know what is closing. Someone not watching the video and you get the person direct listen to Mr. Nonso to pay. I'm telling you the gospel truth. If you are absolutely sold out to this business, there is nothing you cannot promise to someone just to get him to register. The only thing I tell you not to promise the person is that, hey, see, if you register now, don't do anything at all, you're making money. Don't ever say that. Don't ever say that. But when it comes to support, when it comes to helping, there is nothing you will not say to get someone to register. If you joke with this question, trust me, it means you don't have absolute belief in the business. You will never go far. What I'm telling you, remember you requested for this. You will never go far. I'm not saying that you should not use the tools we have, connecting people to your director, to your leaders, to the closing on you while you are learning. But when you are not sold out, when you don't have absolute belief in the business, you will lack the confidence and the courage to get someone to enroll in this business. And guess what? People can sense it. Human beings, we can sense when people are not confident enough in what they are sharing. We can sense it. We are, as in everybody here, we are all humans and we can sense it. Most of you, almost all of you here, you've never seen me face to face. Why do you believe in me so much? Because I can go to any land to get you in. I can go to any land to get you in. So, that hard truth is this. Some of you listening to me, you may be here because Engineer Nonso said you have to be here. Are you really here for yourself to grow in the business? Are you really here? Or is it just, if you're not part of Millionaire School, you will never succeed? So some days you show up, some days you don't show up. There are some persons here, they've never responded to my message for the past 30 days, for the past 1 month. I'm telling you, I don't want to call names. They are here listening to me. You call for meetings, they are coming for the meetings. Will I chase you away? I will never chase you away. They are here listening to me. They've never, some of them are even leaders. They've never submitted any review. They've never submitted any report. For the past 1 month, some of them are here in this meeting. It will shock you. If you are a chicken, you know you are a chicken. But guess what? All of us have been born and have been created to fly high like the eagles. Many a times it's our environment that have conditioned us to act like chickens. There is a story that was told, an eagle an eagle's egg that was hatched with the chickens. Okay, no, it was a man, a farmer, a hunter. I think it was a hunter, a farmer that picked an eagle's egg and then added it to the chicken's egg for the chicken, okay, to hatch them, to sit on them and incubate them and hatch them. And at the end of the day, the eagle started growing like the chicken. And then guess what? He was just picking things on the floor, just like the chickens. And then one day, but if we look at the chickens, we know that the feathers, his own feathers are spread wide, and it's not as fat as the chickens. And he kept wondering, why am I not as big as the chickens? And then my feathers are wider than the chickens. He was thinking they are together, they are all together in it. They are all together, they look alike. Until one day, that eagle saw another eagle up there, another bird up there that could spread the wings just as he is. That was the day everything started changing for him. That was the day. And then he climbed. He joined the chickens and then they climbed on the cliff. And then he attempted to do what he saw another bird up there do. And then that's how he flew. You may have been born in an environment of chickens, but you know you are an eagle. Now I'm speaking to that eagle in you. Chickens are the ones that are waiting for food to be brought to them. Chickens are always waiting. You can bring an overnight food that is rotten, and give for chickens, they will eat. Eagles don't eat overnight food. Eagles don't eat dead food. Eagles eat fresh meals, fresh food, fresh flesh. That's what eagles eat. Why am I saying this? You can sit down and be growing with the chickens. Sponsor 2 people, bring 2 people. But one of the things I have done is to create programs that can bring out the eagle in people. For example, the 90 days challenge is a challenge and a call for eagles. Many of you listening to me, there are people in your life that if you call them and tell them, say this business, do it, and with you in it, no going back, you not failing, and make sure you succeed. They wouldn't even think twice. They wouldn't even get to think about, there are many of you here, you can testify to that. Let's even do a sample here. How many of you here have people that, as in, they are ready to pay, even before you told them about the business, just that you are the one that was talking about it? Let me see you wave your hand. They are ready to pay. Let me see you wave your hand. Just the fact that you are the one saying it. Let me see you wave your hand. If you have such people, let me see you wave your hand. If you have such people in your life and they've not joined you, it means that you have not brought in your personality into the business. So may I give you the hard truth now? Every single person that I've seen that succeeded exceedingly in this business, we are completely immersed in it. There was nothing like trying and seeing, let's see how far we can go. Let's see how far this thing can take us. They never had it. They never harbored it as a thought. And if they ever harbored it as a thought, they let go of those thoughts as fast and as early as possible. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this to all of you because all of you, for you to be in this millionaire school, you've been born to be an eagle. Don't be careless with the opportunity that you have today. Be completely sold out to the business. Get completely immersed into building the business. When we set goals, tell yourself, I'm going to be the one to exceed this goal. Don't let any excuse stop you. Be you a leader. Be you an upcoming leader here. Any only one that is waiting for me to remind him or her of the Millionaire School is a chicken. I nearly didn't want to remind people to love the Millionaire School, to see people that we connect. Is a chicken. Maybe they are egg chickens, but egos in the making. But that's a chicken attitude. They are waiting for someone to keep pushing them, keep pushing them, keep pushing them, keep pushing them, keep pushing them. I want some of you that will tell yourself, this 90 days challenge, I'm hitting it in 60 days. I'm hitting it in 30 days. I won't even wait till 60 days for me to have 30 people joining me directly. I'm doing it in the next 60 days. Don't be limited. So today is a call for us to go check ourselves. Maybe someone pushed you into this business. Now you've seen the potential that this business holds for each and every one of you. What's your decision to that? What's your decision? What's your decision? In the journey building the business, I want to also let you know that there are two sets of people you can always look at. You can choose to look at Engineer also. You can choose to look at the leaders in our organization that is doing so well. Mama Agnes, Mama Kehinde, Mama Ukebu, Mama Princess Akala. Yes, there are some of you here that are coming up. You can choose to be motivated. Mama Juliana, all of you can choose to be motivated by the results of others, or you can choose to allow other people's failure, other people's inability to produce, to sap your own motivation. It's a choice. And all these things borders and buttresses down to our core belief. So I want to actually take a census today. How many of you, you don't need 1 year, you don't need 6 months. How many of you here have made up your mind that see this business? Let me give you another example. I want to use someone here, okay? Because I work with everybody, I actually interact with most people here. I remembered I spoke with Mama Kehinde the other day, and I asked her, Madam, what's really working for you? She told me, sir, I'm just working with what you decided to do. But there is a statement she made that shocked me. And I've said it before in the meeting. I think many of you don't know the implication of that. She said, sir, you know, I have a lot of people that believe me, and I'm just going now for them. Do you know the implication of that? Where has Mama Juliana been all the while that Mama Kehinde didn't reach her since last year? So let me unmute you, Mama Kehinde. Let's have a little interaction, and then so that I can bring out the point I want to bring out. I'm still coming to Mama Juliana. There is something that Mama Juliana told me that I want to share with us. So Mama Kehinde, are you there with me?
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. So you've known Madam Juliana for a long time.
Yes, sir.
Why is it that is now you are bringing the business to her? And you've also known Madam Murayo for a long time. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Why are you bringing the business now to them?
All of them have been in my broadcast list for a long time. So I've been sending messages to everyone every day. So it is God that just, I don't know how the Lord did it this time around, that they were just coming up. I've been sending messages. All of them, they will tell you that they've been receiving my messages all the day. But they just decided to come up now.
Did you have any interaction with them before they decided to come up now?
I didn't.
Sincerely?
But they will just, because of your persistence or consistent in your sending these messages, I just decided to join the meeting one day. That's it.
Wow. Now, let me unmute Madam Juliana. I want us to do something very practical today. Let me just stay online. Let me unmute Madam Juliana. Madam Juliana, kindly unmute yourself. I want to bring out a point here, because you didn't know that I had a conversation with Madam Juliana. So, Madam Juliana, are you with me?
I was answering you as you are talking. I was responding that she has been troubling me since September last year. She's my very good friend. But because I believe so much in her, I believe she cannot put me into trouble. That's why I decided to join now.
So what made you make up your mind now to join? Wow.
Because I knew that for her to persist, She cannot push me to danger. She has been my friend for over 10 years.
So you didn't join the business because of what I was saying. You joined the business because of Madam Kehinde. Am I correct?
I know Madam Kehinde before you now. She's my friend for over 10 years.
So the reason why you joined the business is because you believe she cannot mislead you.
Yes, so because there are a lot of fake online businesses, and I know she cannot put me to trouble.
So can we just agree now to say, come to a conclusion to say that our business is wonderful, but the truth is that you joined the business because of the integrity and the personality of Madam Kehinde. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Simple. Very simple. How many of you will do this? Do you know there are people that are waiting on you? They want to see, Jesus Christ. They want to see.
Like my friend, Dologo.
Yes.
When I first of all introduced to her, she said, I did me Oshe Gare. I said, I have 3 accounts there. He said, I now forwarded the picture and the videos. So she now said, okay, let me buy 1 account. So when I sent her the Angia's picture of yesterday, where she bought 200 boxes, immediately she called me. I want to buy 2 more accounts. I said, I have 7 accounts. So feel free to chat with the engineer, so go for the 2 accounts, or if possible, look for extra money to buy more. That is at 6 p.m. yesterday. That was our discussion.
Wow. Now, Mama Kehinde.
Madam Olago has been my friend since 1982.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Now, let me ask you another question, Madam Juliana. Okay. You remember having a conversation with me and you told me you never identify with anything that you don't want to get to the top and become the best. Do you remember that?
Yes. Yes. That I never associate myself with failure.
Failure. Perfect. Now, I want to conclude this discussion because these 2 people are muted now. They are uplines. Madam Kehinde is an upline to Madam Juliana. They didn't have different conversations with them. Now, listen to me carefully here. Madam Juliana joined the business because of Madam Kehinde. Now listen, I had a conversation with Madam Kehinde. We've dealt with that, okay? Put your integrity on the line. Let's get back to the discussion about chicken and ego. I had a conversation with Madam Juliana, and she said she doesn't identify herself with failure. She wants to get to the top. And trust me, some of you will see her this thing already. She already had 2 people sponsored. That's how you know an ego. The point is this. How many of you here has decided within you that you will not be numbered among the masses? You must get to the top in the business. Now, the person I just unmuted now, Madam Juliana, she's less than, how many weeks? She's less than 3 weeks old in the business. Less than 3 weeks. What are we talking about? I think it's about 2 weeks. 2 weeks and some days. Less than 3 weeks in the business. And she's saying, I don't get myself identified with failure. Anything I get involved in, I get to the top. How many of you here made up your mind that you must get to the top in this business? Let me see, wave your hand. Let me see, wave your hand. Do you know why I'm saying this? Because you don't succeed in network marketing by just playing by. You don't succeed by playing by. Let's continue going now. Let's keep doing it. Let's continue. Let's continue. Do you have that desire? I must join the Millionaire Circle. In the next 2 years, I will earn 7 million naira and join the Millionaire Circle. I must become a global ambassador. I must become a gold executive. I must become a rising star mentor. I must become an influential mentor. How many of you have made up your mind that, see this business, I must get to the top? Or do you think that over time, in a business or in a career, you just climb to the top of the ladder by chance? Lie. That's the reason why I gave us that training. Success in life is an uphill journey. And climbing the hill is never sweet. Do you think it is always sweet for me to be awake 8 p.m. every day, to shout and do presentations, and when I'm done doing the presentations, I will stay awake in the night till 11 p.m., sometimes 12. I'm replying messages. I'm responding to people. Do you think it's always very sweet? Think again. Think again. It's a personal decision. I will get to the top of the ladder. If none of you listen to me, none of you listen to me here. In fact, it's even worse for three of you. You know why? People that stay closest to me physically are people that don't take the business most serious. I'm telling you the truth. People that stay closest to me physically are people that have least of the chances. Do you know why? You will have to work more on yourself, not to get used to engineering also and what I say. That's why people that succeed more in the business are people that I have just less time spending with them. Less time. It's a decision you have to make. How many of you have made that decision? Yes. How many of you have made that decision? Madam Chinonyu Ugoke, have you made that decision that you must get to the top of this business
yes,
in the next 5 years to 7 years? Have you made that decision for yourself?
I have made that decision a long time ago and I still stand by it.
Let me tell you the truth, my dear. It's not just about our network marketing business. In every single thing you've chosen to do in this life, once you make up your mind to get to the top, you will surely get there. But it has to start with making up your mind. Don't just acquire skills to get by. What will it cost me? I want to get there. If it will take me 5 years, I'm going to get there. And people told me, some people were asking me, when will you retire in the business? I said, me retire. Until I have 1 million partners in the business, then I will retire from activity. When I mean activity, I mean maybe the way I'm talking, I will have been talking with top leaders and having leaders conferences and things. 1 million partners. I am not retiring anything. So if you're thinking that me will retire, think again. Retire for what? What am I retiring from and what am I retiring to? Anne Onyinyechi, let me unmute you. Madam Anne Onyinyechi, I'm going to ask all of us here, one after the other. Have you made up your mind to get to the top? Anne Onyinyechi, have you made up your mind that you must get to the top?
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning. Have you?
Yes, sir.
It's a personal decision. Nobody will make it for you. If there's any part of you that is shaking, one leg in, one leg out, I'm telling you in time, you will not be a 7-figure monthly earner, consistent. You can stumble into millions. Just know it will just fizzle out. I'm telling you. You don't get to the top of the mountain by just wishing to get to the top of the mountain. It will take you serious hard work. But guess what? That decision is what will keep you going. That's what will keep you going. Yes. Mr. Dennis, what about you? Mr. Dennis, what about you? Have you made up your mind to get to the top in the business? What about you? Madam Murayo, what about you? Have you made up your mind to get to the top in the business? You don't need to stay, you don't need to stay in the business for 3 months to decide that. Madam Murayo, you don't. On your own, you will be searching out for people that keep motivating you. Keep looking out for ladies that are achieving massive success in the business. Yes. Staying in the right environment. I don't have any business with people that will demotivate me. I don't have any business with people that will discourage me. I don't have any business with people that will tell me I cannot become what I've decided to become. I don't have that business with those people. I don't have such business with them. I saw a great man here now. Where did he go to? Yes. Mr. Chiemeka, have you made up your mind to be among the top? Is that a personal decision you've made, sir? Sir Chiemeka, are you there? Hello, sir. Are you there? Are you there, Sir Chiemeka? Madam Gift Olori, good to have you back. It's been long. I saw you in the meeting. Have you made up your mind to get to the top? It is a decision nobody will make for you. And eagles, that's what differentiates them from the chickens. Eagles decide to fly and they start training themselves to fly because an eaglet doesn't just fly just because she has been born to fly. No, they still learn how to fly. And guess what? All of us here, we've been born to fly just like the eagles. But you have to decide to learn to fly like the eagle and then to keep flying like an eagle. Thank you so much for listening to this training. I know this is very, very hard touching, but I try as much as I can. For those of you that knows me very well, I can be quite very harsh and straight and hard. But I think I tried as much as I can to make it as soft as possible. Don't forget this. No one has been born to be a chicken. No one. No one. But at different point in time, we can exhibit chicken attitudes, and you can decide to let them go and fly just like an eagle. Thank you so much for being here today. Let's just have a recap with the last 3 minutes of our training on our 90 days challenge. Our 90 days recruitment challenge. Very, very vital. 90 days recruitment challenge. Very, very vital. Very, very vital. Why is my system hanging? How many of us here listening to me, you are smashing your goals for the week? Let me see with your hand. If you know you are smashing your goals for the week, 10 persons to watch the recorded video, 10 persons to attend the live Zoom meetings, 10 persons to get to have the presentation one-on-one with them. I'm receiving great results already. I'm receiving great results already, and I'm happy. Yes, I'm happy that we're having great results. So please, how many of you here, you are smashing your goals? You are smashing your goals. Let me see, wave your hand. How many of you here had people that attended your live Zoom meeting yesterday, being Monday? Let me see, wave your hand. We have an invitee. Okay. Madam Keinde, I can see your hand being raised. I hope you know what to do is to get them immediately to start. You know what to do. I can see Madam Anna Oninechi. I can see Sir Dennis. Okay. I can see Mr. Dwen. Okay. Please, I need us to focus on inviting people to our 8 p.m. meetings and sharing our videos with them. Don't just share the video. What you say before sharing the video is what makes the person to appreciate the video. What are you saying to people before they watch the recorded video? That is why using our script is very, very vital. Yes. When they are done watching the video, you know what next to do. Get them to take immediate action. Get them to get started up in the business. I'm going to end this training with this. To keep moving higher and to keep pushing in this business, you have to stay completely focused and motivated. And that has to be a personal desire. Don't let anything drop your action level. Don't let anything do that. Please, don't let it. Okay? A little sleep, a little slumber, and a little folding of the hands, so shall your poverty come unto you. Oh my God. Hey. It comes like a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hand. Let me break it down. A little missing of our meetings, a little not watching the recorded videos, a little not doing your assignments, a little not doing your prospecting calls as you're supposed to every single day. Are you still making your 20 invitations every day to our live Zoom meetings or to watch the recorded video? Are you still doing it? A little folding of the hands. Let me just take a little nap. That's how failure starts. That's how poverty steps in. When we talk about poverty, we're talking about what? Lack of productivity. When you don't produce, that's what we call poverty. Lack of productivity. I pray that's not our passion. Let's become a doer. At the end of this meeting, use the script, make your invitations. Now, the last word I'm giving us is this. If you are here and you have people in the foundation class, Madam Juliana, you have people in the foundation class, Madam Keyinde, you have people in the foundation class. Who again has people in the foundation class? Madam Ukebu, you have people in the foundation class. Who again? Mr. Churchill, I think you have someone in the foundation class. If you have people in the foundation class, make sure they go through the foundation classes to graduate tomorrow into the Millionaire School. So tomorrow we'll be admitting new persons, I think about 5 persons in our Millionaire School. Make sure they submit their reviews. That's why I added you there. God bless you. Bye-bye. See you at 8 p.m. meeting today. I know today we are very sober because of the way I thought. It's needed sometimes.